everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezer Show. I'm your host, Murph. This Rock and Roll Geezer Show, we're the weekly rock news update, baby. And, got a doozy of a show this time. Doc went and met with some crazies on Saturday. He's going to tell us all about that. We got a Dave Grohl update. Jane's addiction. Oh boy, addiction is a sad thing, and Jane's no different. No, nothing to change there, boy. We got a sad R.I.P. to mention. A few other goodies. Morrissey. Oh, I love it when Morrissey's in the news. We just love him. But all sorts of good things. But let's get it on. Come on, let's say hello to my co-host, and that would be Doc Vox. Hey man, what's going on?
Yeah, I got a jam-packed show this week for sure, man. I love weeks like this. So, yeah, just if you're stopping by for the first time, you know the deal. Please subscribe. We do the rock news. If you're a rock lover and lover of keeping up with rock news and all the interesting and important and wacky stories that come along with that, that's what we do every Monday. And yeah, this week, I went to Riot Fest, man. I'm a Riot Fest veteran, man. I think this is my ninth. They've been around for a long time. They started in like 2019 or no, not 2009. Is that right? Whatever, 2005, 19 years, whatever 19 years is, 2005. And, it kind of started small, as most of these fests do, and over the years it's grown and everything. So it's a big 3-day fest here in Chicago, and it's mostly punk and alternative bands, but it's grown to have metal, and it's a very diverse reggae. I mean, you name it. I saw Merle Haggard there one year. I mean,
Hot damn, baby,
yeah,
yeah.
they have a very diverse
Oh man,
lineup. But
how cool!
yeah, this year I just went to one day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's a 3-day. You can get the 3-day pass and all that.
Ah,
But dude, you're out there just in the elements, man. There's no shade. I mean, you get the VIP package, you ain't getting a 10 or none, but I'm way too poor for that. So
I heard that, man. Yeah,
yeah, just get
me
the
too.
basic general admission, just gets you in the door. And there's nowhere to sit. There's no shade. I mean, you're like I said, you're just out there among the elements, among
Uh, oh,
50,000 crazed punk fans, and
oh gosh.
and everybody's trying to look more outrageous than the next guy, gal. It's people watching to the nth degree, dude. It's the pinnacle, man. The very zenith of people watching at
Wow.
Riot Fest, man. It's just
Oh yeah, I can
every
imagine.
imaginable type of whatever you could think of, man. They're
You know,
there, and
and it's funny we don't see more of that at Tinley Park. When you go to Tinley Park, we don't see more crazies than we do. We only saw, no matter what the show, we usually only see a smitten or a smattering of the nut jobs. I imagine the Riot Fest has got to be where they all go to show
oh yeah,
off their
that's where
nuttiness.
that's the yearly, almost like a
Wow.
Mardi Gras kind of. Not that I went down to New Orleans for that or anything, but what I could imagine. And
Yeah.
yeah, got there fairly early. It starts, I think, first band starts at 11:45 or something, and as first, I'm like all gung ho. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get there early, right when it opens. But of course, then it's a 90-degree day. You knew it was gonna be a 90-degree day. It's like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna burn myself out on the
Oh,
early act. So I got there. I still got there fairly early, about 1 o'clock. Kind of got there and checked out. Couldn't have got any easier. Just go over this really. It's in the middle of Chicago, Douglas Park. It's
mm-hmm.
like neighborhood parking, and I got like a primo spot for nothing. You park there, but then of course you got the locals. Hey, you won't give me some money to wash your car? I don't have any cash. And the whole time I'm in there, I'm thinking, man, they're screwing up my car right now, man. What are they doing to it right? Would they slash the tires for $20? No, I don't think they did. Or they maybe keying the paint, maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Having
sure,
all these
something.
visions.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
as it turned out, not to get in a whole tangent, but somebody had that same experience. Everybody that went in there and parked in the neighborhoods of the free park had that experience. And one woman got her car set on fire, and that was in the news and everything. So
Yeah, she
you know,
refused a dude. Dude was gonna, pay up or else, and
yeah,
she did the same thing you did, except it
yeah,
was a gal, and she's
yeah,
not near as scary as you are. So you got away with it, man. Whew. I'm not
yeah,
surprised though. That craziness. When
yeah,
you talked to this, you talked about this. We were when you called me. You talked about how this lady wanted money for you to park, and you got this great thing, and you said no way. And then it's amazing. A day later, here comes this article where the lady did
Yep.
the exact same thing you did, but her car got torched. Whoa! Wow,
Yeah, a
that's
friend of mine
Chicago.
got the VIP package, and she was, in the tent, it got kind of a lounge kind of setting, and people are
Yeah.
in there, talking. And she said that was a big topic of conversation, and people having to deal with this. So I don't know. Hopefully, Riot Fest will do something about it. I don't know. I don't know what they
What
could
can
do,
you
or they
do? It's the streets
really
of
give a shit.
Chicago.
Really, it's outside. Yeah, what are you gonna do? But none of that walked right into the entrance could not have been easier. I mean, they weren't checking a bunch of crap. You just walked through the metal detector. If you were good, walked through, flashed the phone, boom. Could not have been smoother. Could not have been smoother.
Great.
Got in, checked out the surroundings, as they usually do, kind of familiar. They have it set up pretty much the same way. This year they had a lot of carnival type stuff. They had like NWA wrestling, they had wrestling rings. I didn't go to check out any of that, but they always have like a
Oh,
freak show with like sword swallowers and
sure.
people
Yeah.
walk on swords and all kinds of shit like
Uh,
that.
yeah.
And I've seen that before, but I was just there purely for the bands this year, just for the one day. So um, yeah, just did a little primo, a little people watching, and got in for the Buzzcocks, my first show, right up front, right on the rail, of course, as always, as I try to anyway. And
Sure.
great set by the Buzzcocks. I've seen them before when they had Pete Shelley, who's he's the guy, he's the main guy, and
Sure.
he's since passed, and now the guitar player is jumped over, and he's the main guy, and they got some young punk looking studs, playing guitar now. But yeah, nice set. Didn't do as much of the older stuff as I would have liked. They're still putting out new music, but even the newer stuff is pretty cool. People getting into it. So great way to start off the day for sure.
Ah, sure.
Ran to my friend Alicia, and she watched a set with me there, so that was cool.
Man, oh
And
man.
then one thing they had, I was going to give you the schedule you could put up, but whatever. On the different stages that there are 5 different stages, and
Yeah.
there's two of them what they call like ping pong stages, where they're right next to each other. Where if you're waiting for your band, you can still kind of watch this other band,
Okay.
which is what
Yeah.
I did later on. And then they had two of those kind of set up like that, and then there's a fifth stage that's just kind of by itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had the Buzzcocks, check them out. And then they had the one stage, the headline band for that stage, Bright Eyes, had canceled. So all the bands got moved up a slot. So it
Okay.
was very confusing. You're looking at it and you're like, are they playing now or they're the next one playing? So I'm looking forward to seeing Rival Sons. Didn't know much about them, heard about them, and they've been around for a little while. Yeah, definitely check out their set. They were coinciding with another band I wanted to see, and since it got moved up, it was cool. I didn't have to worry about that. So anyway, I went over and see Rival Sons, and somebody else was playing in that slot, and I was all confused. At that time, I didn't know about somebody dropping out. I'm just like, what the heck's going out?
All right.
So anyway, went over and saw the Dickies, which people may know the band the Dickies from the Rodney Dangerfield movie Back to School. They're
Mm-hmm.
not the band where he has the party. That's Oingo Boingo. But there's a scene where they're in like a punk club, and the band up on stage is the Dickies. And they're singing a song about being an ape, and they're like eating bugs out of each other's hair or some weird shit.
God.
And so this was the band that was there, and they're all in their 60s now, and just goofy. Like they do covers of like the Banana Split song, like punk covers
Oh,
of that and
sure.
stuff.
Yeah.
Just good time. It was just a good fun set. And so that was cool. And then I popped over for Rival Sons, got right up front for them, and fabulous set, fabulous set. Every year I
Cool.
hope to find a new band I can really get into. And this year, yeah, Rival Sons is that band for me. More of a classic rock sound than I would expect to find at Riot Fest. Actually, Riot Fest is more punk and metal,
Yeah.
some and
Sure.
alternative, but you don't really get those classic rock type bands in there. But yeah, they got that classic blues rock kind of sound, man. I really dug. 4 piece. Been the same four guys. They started around 2009, I want to say, maybe something like that. So same four guys, and I think I dropped the bass player early on, I think, or something. I checked into it, but anyway, yeah, definitely worth checking out.
Cool
And
beans,
then
man.
hung out around there, checked out some sets from the next stage while I was waiting for a band called Clutch.
Okay,
People
sure.
may know Clutch. They've been around early '90s. They're kind of one of the pioneering bands of stoner rock kind of. They got that kind of sound. To me, they're like the ultimate dad band. They just look like dads. They're just in this band and they just freaking throw down, man. Same four guys, all these 30 years now. That was an awesome set. Um, Checked out Spoon. If you want a Spoon, they've been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Did not get up front for them. I was up front for Rival Sons, Buzzcocks, and Clutch. But rest of the night, yeah, I was kind of in the crowd, as they say. And
Sounds like a
but
good
Spoon,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice set. Checked out a little bit of the Hives, a few bands I'd never heard of. One band is kind of interesting called Princess Goes, which
Mm-hmm.
whatever music wise I could take them or leave them, but I thought it was interesting. They're three piece, which all right, three piece, but the vocalist is not playing anything. You got the vocalist, you got the drummer, you got the guitar player, and sometimes he's playing bass. Some songs he just plays the bass groove. Yeah, I
Wow.
thought that was kind of interesting. They say it's
Wow.
jam pretty good. That was pretty good.
Wow.
And then went over for the Descendants.
Ah, the
That's right, the
Descendants.
Descendants. There's an
Right,
inside joke
right.
for
The
me and Murph.
Descendants.
But
Yes.
yeah, fairly up close for the Descendants. Seen them before. Just a crazy show. Murph, it was so freaking tight. I'm talking elbows to assholes, man. I couldn't shift my weight from one side to the other, man. I'm in there and this was on the stage. It's off by itself, so I'm kind of waiting. I'm up fairly close. I'm maybe I don't know,
It would have
10
killed
deep
me,
off the
man.
off the
It would have
rail.
killed me.
Dude, it damn
Yeah.
near killed me, man.
God, yeah, it would have killed me. That'd be great.
And
Wow.
so just kind of waiting, and as it's getting closer to show time, it's getting more and more packed. You're just getting,
Oh
oh my
God.
god,
90
just thinking,
degrees, body to
90
body.
degrees, yes, exactly.
Not
And
enough
and, and then
people
you and
using
then you get
Old
the
Spice.
and then
Come
you get
on.
put the whatever word you name you want to call them with the huge backpacks. Some people got backpacks, but then they got the
Yeah.
huge backpack that's like thicker than your body. It's like, dude, come on, man. We have some self awareness here, man. So anyway,
Well, if you're behind him, you should
so
open it up and see if there's a club in it where you could beat him upside the head.
right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
anyway, you're in there just packed, just as tight as as can be, and then the band kicks in. And of course, they're just as high powered as can be, man. They're just and the crowd just goes on. And then there's that stage rush, where everybody's just rushing the
Oh yeah.
stage.
Sure.
And
Sure.
then all of a sudden, dude, I find I'm in the middle of a mosh pit, dude. I'm dead in the middle of a freaking mosh pit, just formed right around me, man. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm like the Anthrax song, "Caught in the Mosh," man. So I'm in there and I'm deciding, I gotta get out of here. And as I'm trying to leave, people are pushing me back in. They think I'm, into it,
Oh
man. They're
my
like pushing me
gosh.
back in.
Oh
So I'm
boy.
coming back, and like I said, it's just as dense as people as you can get. And I'm trying to get out of there. And that's when I learned, old punks don't die. We just move to the back. So
Well,
I moved
nonetheless,
to the back.
a good time was had by all, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, fabulous. So I
All
just kind
right.
of moved to the back a little bit and watched the Descendants. Hung out for a little while. Beck was the headliner. Just kind of caught him as I'm walking out, kind of thing. Didn't want to, and I'm worried about my car too the whole time, which is just kind of takes from the experience a little bit, quite honestly, man. They need to
Yeah.
do something about that. But yeah, Riot Fest. Always a great time. Always a great time. I wish you could go with me one time, Murph. But yeah, it's
Too
I don't know
brutal.
if I'll
Too
go
brutal
again,
for
quite
me.
honestly, dude. I was out of commission all day yesterday, and like I said, I was just there for 8.5 hours. Well, total concert time plus to
Imagine being
walk
there
in and
three
out.
days in a
Yes, but
row now. Yeah.
oh my god, I
Be
couldn't do it.
comatose. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, talking to a friend of mine that went, and Slayer was a headliner last night. It was more of a metal day yesterday, like Lamb of God and Mastodon
Okay.
and
Cool
bands like
beans,
that.
man.
But
All right. Glad you
yeah,
had some good times. Let's move it
enough of
on.
that. Let's get into the
Yeah.
rock and roll
Dave
news.
Grohl. Dave Grohl. He's been in the news, obviously. His infidelity coming to fruition here, and also some exes are really dragging him through the coals. Carrie Werber was dating him, and he cheated on her. Apparently,
Do you
back in
know
the
who she
day.
is? Do you know that name? Carrie
Well, she was
Word.
like a MTV DJ or something.
She was
But
the girlfriend of Ken Ober on Remote Control.
oh, okay,
Remember,
right,
Colin
right.
Quinn
I
was
know
his
she was
best
with MTV
friend, and she
somewhere.
was
But
yeah.
yeah. So she was complaining about saying he's a piece of crap and all that stuff. So apparently Dave's not the best kind of guy, and apparently according to Media Takeout, The 55-year-old musician had an affair with a black woman who eventually carried and gave birth to his baby girl. The quote, I'm just quoting the article, the quote, dark-skinned woman is further described as tall and beautiful, but her name remains unknown. The details of Dave's baby mama surfaced after an Instagram post claimed that a baby girl named Roxy Junie Grohl was the Foo Fighters frontman's newborn daughter. The post was first shared on Wednesday afternoon, September 11th, by an Instagram account for a user named Valerie Grayson. So apparently it's out there. So way to go, Dave. You dope. You big fat dope. My goodness almighty, you know.
I have heard, and from a semi-reliable source, I guess I don't know, but I have heard that it is a friend of his daughter's.
Ooh, so
So
the mystery heightens.
that would definitely
Ooh.
yeah, mix it up a little bit there. So
Oh, what a
you know,
dope.
if that's the case, that's definitely gotta, you know. And from all accounts, even Kerry Werth saying, you know, he was a great dad and everything. Everybody talks to him. He's you know, he's always talking, or he's put himself out there. You know, he's kind of cultivated this image as a family man. And
Hmm.
you know, maybe a little too close to your family. You're screwing your daughter's friends,
Boy,
man. You might
well,
want to,
obviously,
you know.
eventually we're gonna find out. Yeah, yeah, we are definitely
So
gonna find out. But holy smokem's, man! Yeah,
and he's got to take care of that Everlong. Uh,
ooh,
thought of
ow.
that. I've been sitting on that one. I thought I
Have
threw,
you?
threw it out there. Yeah.
Ah,
But yeah, his
ah.
wife, Jordan Bloom, now she's been offered big money to do a tell-all book.
Well, you know,
So,
and
you
I
know,
read.
now that I guess that's striking while the iron's hot kind of
Whoa.
thing, you know. You know, but
Well, I
yeah, I'm
read somewhere
sure.
that he acquired the services of a divorce lawyer before he announced his
Right.
new
Yeah, I
baby.
saw it too. Yeah.
So, holy
Well,
smokums, might as
he's got to
well.
kind of anticipate that, you know, that could be
It could be in his
in the
future.
offing. You know, yeah.
In the offing, yes. Yes, indeed. Oh boy, oh boy. So way to go, Dave. Boy, another sad sack here is there they are, the now defunct Jane's Addiction, and I don't apparently addiction. There Perry's wife, or Perry Farrell's wife. She says that he's having troubles, and this is interesting. She says Perry already has appointments with a now. Give me a second here. Ot- Otolaryngologist, otorhinolaryngologist, and a neurologist. So I haven't looked that up on otolaryngologist. That's it. Yeah.
It's an
So
ENT, ear, nose, and throat person. It's
holy,
ENT.
is
So
that what it is?
yeah,
Boy, that's a
yeah.
long, long name. Well, wow. If you know and love Perry well, you know that there's no need for me to address the other false narratives. Well, he's freaking out on stage, and people have been talking about him, sucking down bottle of wine during the things. Our souls know with all of your love, kindness, compassion, and support, Perry will persevere. He will recover. He will happy again. He will be happy again. He will once again be able to share his music, vision, and artistry unbridled. Yeah, yeah. They're done. They're toast.
You know, to
Dave
me, that's a
Navarro's had
special
enough.
kind of alcoholic, man, that blames it on his ears, nose, and throat. We gotta go. He's gonna take care of it. It's not my drinking. It's the ear, nose, and throat thing. Something's goofy there. It ain't me drinking. And a neurologist. Yeah, there's something there. But I guess he's got tinnitus, couldn't hear it. But then he heard somebody in the front row even said something about couldn't hear him or something. And that's when he kind of, because he was
Oh
already, you know,
boy.
kind of
Well,
stewing on it.
the band itself says, due to a continuing pattern of behavior and the mental health difficulties of our singer
Right.
Perry Farrell. So don't try and pull the wool over our eyes, people. We saw what happened. Jeez,
Right.
if
And
he's the
by the way,
can't
in
hit,
that video, that's the bass player punching him. At first, I thought it was a security guy, but that's the bass
I
player
imagine
punching
that's
him.
some pent up aggression that's
Right.
been building up. Finally, you son of a. Oh, I was just helping
Right.
him off the stage. As you're
Well, I
punching.
thought it was the kind of thing like, you know, where you slap somebody to snap them out of it kind of thing, you know, and just kind of give them you know, as a security guy, man, it was a tactic that they use or something, I thought. But no, it was a bass player. You're probably right. Yeah, taking out years of rage.
Oh yeah, and Dave Navarro did come out and sincerely apologize to the opening acts and their roadies, and because yeah, like we always talk, them are the people that really get hurt, financially. Now they're
Yeah,
without a
right.
freaking job, so he came out. What do you do? Gee, because yeah, they had opening band, the Crawlers. They had Love and Rockets, and then their crews. I mean, really, all the planning that goes in it. My gosh, what a bummer, man. What a bummer. Okay, let's get up some updates real quick
You
here.
know
What do
what
you
though?
say?
Real quick before we let that go,
Uh,
maybe they should
mhm.
do like you ever see like those bands where they have like the drummers like behind plexiglass and stuff. Maybe that's what they
Right.
need to do is like partition all these guys off, man, so they can not
It can
attack
be
each other.
done.
I guess.
It can be
Yeah, right.
done. Yeah,
Right.
that'd be great. Yeah, they do that in
Yes.
studio sometime. Isolation booth is what
Well,
they
even on
call it.
stage, yeah, you see it with the brothers or
Yeah,
with the drummers, the
sure. Some
drummers.
yeah, just isolates them so they don't destroy the hearing of everybody else on stage. But yeah, let's get into some tour news here real quick. While we
Yeah.
can, no, boy, we got it all over the place here, man. Metallica is announcing a god tier lineup for their M72 World Tour. They're gonna have Limp Bizkit. Oh boy, that's gonna be raucous. Pantera. Hoo. How about that? Ice Nine Kills and Suicide Tendencies. So look forward to that. You know,
It's half of the lineup that they got going now. Pantera and Ice Nine Kills have been doing the tours since then. But yeah, now remember Ed Wolfgang was touring with them, and the
right?
Warning, which is some young gal. They were at Riot Fest on Friday. Young gals, young Mexican gals that just
Ah,
really rock. I guess I haven't heard them, but I know
all
of them.
right.
And
Love
so
it.
they've dropped off the bill, and I guess they're doing their own things now. Yeah, so they got Limp Bizkit and Suicidal Tendencies, and Suicide was also at Riot Fest. But
How about that?
so yeah, they're
Well,
called the God tier lineup. That's a little, I don't know,
well,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
presumptuous. Yeah.
And keep that G lowercase, please, you jerks. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. Hey, it's the return of the Warped Tour. That's right. Founder Kevin Lyman has confirmed that the iconic music festival will officially be making a comeback next year. So there you go. You got something to look. He's gonna probably put up the lineup and stuff in a couple of weeks. So whoever's into the Warp Tour, more power to them.
Yes, they've been out of commission since 2019, pre-COVID, and but yeah, they're kind of like a Riot Fest kind of tour, almost kind of. But there's a
Yeah.
actual tour there, Riot Fest, just a one-time
Okay.
festival. But
Okay. Oh,
um,
that's cool.
yeah, it's kind of a showcase, like for up and coming, kind of like those type of bands and stuff. And a lot of bands have come out of that. You know, they got their start at Warped Tour, so yeah, good to see it coming back.
Sure. Yeah. Moving toward pain in the ass, but nonetheless, it's cool. I thought Ozfest was cool. They need to bring something. Well, maybe that will be something like Ozfest. Who knows? Yeah. But Ozfest was cool. I've been to a couple of them, and that was very raucous. So there you go, man. Warp Tour coming back, and you know who ain't gonna be coming back? That would be Uriah Heep. Where are they? That's blasphemy at this point, but I'm sorry. There's the original lineup, ladies and gentlemen. You got you. Yeah. There they are. The original. I saw them. I think 3 times with their original lineup, doing Demons and Wizards, Magician's Birthday, and Wonderworld. And boy, were they good back then. And now, Mick Box has been carrying it on for 55 years, for crying out loud. 55 years. So they're calling it quits, man. They've had enough. They're gonna do like a three-year tour. So, are they really gonna be gone at that point?
And
Jeez.
giving us a heads up, in about 3 years we'll be done. Yeah, that's the last time. So
But boy, it was
yeah,
so good.
well,
They
I always
were,
say 2 to 3 years could possibly. They want to reach everywhere. You know, when you
yeah, one
know,
of those deals. But
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. And yeah, like I say, I really appreciated the original, and without Kenny Hensley, my goodness, it's
You
just
think
not the.
it'll be it's an actual farewell? I mean, you're right,
Oh
Heap
yeah,
guy. I don't know.
they're all getting old.
They haven't pulled this before, right? I mean, this is kind of a
No, they've just
no.
been constantly touring throughout the year, still putting out albums, which I actually gave up on Return to Fantasy, and that, but because I had plenty. The early albums gave me plenty material for the rest of my life. Basically, I didn't need any more. So, but yeah, good for them. Good for them retiring. Jeez, their Wonderworld tour was great. Manfred Mann opened for 'em. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, and that was great. Oh, they were so good. Ugh, so good. And of course, Iron Maiden, they're going to be doing a 50th anniversary Run for Your Lives tour. So all sorts of happenings going on there with the tour situation. Unbelievable. And here's an interesting one. Oh boy, where is he?
Oh yeah.
Where's Eric? Okay, this is problematic. There he is, Eric Gronwell. Holy smokums, what's he up to? Well, he was with Skid Row, and of course, because he resigned from them, and then what's her name came in and did 4 shows singing on vocals. What's her name? Do you remember?
Lizzie Hale.
Lizzie Hale. Correct. Yeah, yeah. And they've been looking for a new singer, and Gronwell basically said, it's he can't tour anymore. He's not able to tour. But lo and behold, oh, he's going on tour with legendary guitarist Michael Schenker. Schenker, that's right. Don't you like how they do it when they announce somebody in the boxing ring? Pope John Paul. Paul. They always say the last name twice. But yes, Michael Schenker. Schenker. Yeah, he's going to go sing with Michael Schenker. So it's like fans have reacted negatively to the announcement, pointing out that Gronwell previously left Skid Row, saying his health issues wouldn't allow him to tour. One people asked in the comments section, what happened to not be able to tour? Oh man! And so he replied, said, "Hey, medicine free and one with all the vaccinations." Wait, wow. Let me see. Hey, medicine free and one with all the vaccinations. The vocalist replied, "I never said I wasn't going to able to tour." I give it a southern accent. Only that the amount of touring at the time was too much to handle during my recovery process. Feels great to head back out. He's so full of crap. What do you think about that?
Dude, yeah, something's going on there, man. We always thought, Sebastian Bach was the ass. He was the rotten tomato in the
Maybe
bunch.
not
And
so
but
much.
they've gone through a lot of singers.
Yes,
They've gone
yes.
through what, like 6 singers now. Now this guy, he's got leukemia. Remember he had
Ugh.
leukemia, so it's like, okay, yeah, you're out. But now
Yeah.
he's back in.
Wow.
Okay, and leaves them with 4 shows hanging. So if he's able
For
to,
sure.
that I
Oh,
don't know, man. Something's going on there. Where they had to
wow.
pick up Lizzie Hale for the last 4 shows.
Yeah,
Something's going
yeah.
on. There's definitely something going on. They still haven't found a replacement singer. I guess they don't have any immediate plans of going back out on the road, but you think it'd be just something they want to get taken care of. But
Man, oh man. How about that?
they've gone through like 6 singers, so yeah, there's
Maybe,
something rotten in Denmark here, man. Something
yeah, I think there's a bushel of rotten tomatoes. Yes, they're all rotten, all 4 or 5 of them, rotten to the core. But yeah, yeah, he's been jamming with Shanker in the studio to cover some UFO songs for Shanker's new
there you
album,
go,
My
man.
Years with UFO. Wow.
Can't go around with some UFO, man. People just don't
At
listen to enough
all. At
UFO,
all.
man. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
oh
that is the
man,
best. It is.
oh
Early
yeah.
UFO stuff. God, dang it. Dang it and
Strangers
darn
in the
it.
Night live album, man. That's one of the best live albums. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that, man.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, here's some sad news we should get to. Where is he there? JD Souther. There he is right there. JD Souther. Singer, and he was an Eagles co-writer. He's died. He's passed away at age 78. Uh, co-wrote, New Kids in Town, Heartache Tonight, and did one for Linda Ronstadt, Faithless Love. But yeah, those first 2 songs, my gosh, they're etched into forever into
Yeah, also Best of My Love and Victim of Love too. So he was kind
Oh,
of like the outside Eagles guy, kind of. Yeah, John David Souther. And wrote, he's just one of those guys that hung out with, Jackson Brown. They wrote a bunch of stuff together, and just, he was one of the guys that's around. He had a couple solo hits, late '70s, early '80s. You're Only Lonely, I remember that one,
mm-hmm.
and it's Her Town too. So he had a couple of hits in his own right, and just one of those guys in the Songwriter Hall of Fame, and just one of those guys that was kind of around at the time,
Hmm.
influential songwriter, I guess you want to say.
I'll be darned. It's a shame. Yeah, yeah. He was supposed to go back on tour soon with 70s singer-songwriter Carla Bonoff, and he had performed a number of shows earlier this month. So he just wow. They say he died peacefully. So I don't believe a heart attack would be considered peaceful, but who knows? He just stopped. So
I guess if you have it
but,
in your sleep and don't know it and just don't wake up, I mean,
oh, that's the best. Yeah,
right?
that's the best. Who was it? Who was it? I saw an article recently that somebody said, oh, it was one of the guys from Corn. He says, I don't want to die on stage. I want to die in a bed.
Oh yeah, Head Welsh, yeah, I saw it
Head
too.
was it
Yeah,
head? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, yeah. So yeah. Well, R&P, JD Souther. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, moving on here. Sublime is in the news. There they are right there. Headlines: Rolling Stone, the Sublime biopic cast Riverdale star KG Appa as Bradley Noel. The band's original members, Bud Gow, I don't know it, Eric Wilson, are producing the film. Wow. Along with Noel's son Jacob and widow Troy. Holy schmokums, Doc. What's up with this? I was not familiar with all this stuff here going on.
Yeah, they're doing this biopic. I guess it's it seems like every week we got one to bring
Yeah.
up, and
Yeah.
this week seems to be a little further along than some of them we bring up. So they're actually doing casting. They got a director. Haven't started shooting or anything like that yet, but yeah, it's got the blessing of the estate and everybody involved like that. So should be pretty good. I guess this guy's playing that show Riverdale. It was like a real life The Archies. I don't know if you ever saw it.
I'm
Somebody I
familiar
used to
with
live with used to
Riverdale.
watch
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so yeah, I guess the kid from there, I guess he can sing. So might be one of those situations where they actually have doing the real singing. But
I don't know. Is it
yeah, we'll
worthy
see.
or necessary? I don't know. Is that interesting a subject to have a
Exactly.
biopic
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. I don't know exactly his whole story. He died young, OD and all that kind of stuff, just as things were getting going in his career. But other than that, really don't know too much about him. So yeah, it could be a very interesting story. And we'll see.
Holy smoke'em. So yeah, yeah, we will definitely see about that. Oh, moving
Oh,
oh
people know
no.
too, just to bring it up, his son Jacob is taking over in the band now. Is actually he's taking over as the front man in the band. So remember it was
Oh,
once he'd passed, then they kind of was on hiatus for a few years, and then they came back with Sublime with Rome. Remember the guy Rome Romero, so they kind of
right.
tagged that on there for legal reasons. And now they got his son back, so it's just Sublime, and
Boy, oh boy.
they're doing that now. So yeah,
Well, I'll tell you what.
how sublime of them.
Oh, how about that? Here we go. Here's something that's not so sublime, and that's Morrissey and Johnny Marr. Holy smokes. All sorts of talk going on here on the interweb. Headline here from Enemy. Morrissey fires management team after Johnny Marr refutes claims of, quote, ignoring the Smiths reunion offer, which was apparently like 100 mil.
100 million.
And Morrissey also, he has also previously claimed that Marr now owns 100% trademark rights to the Smiths name and that Marr has blocked a, quote, greatest hits album from release. So, oh boy, oh boy. So he fires his management team. I don't know. It seems like it's more just a
Well, because
two
they're
person.
misinforming on what's going on, and really, I don't know who comes out as the bigger dick in this story. To be quite honest with you, so all that he had a statement right there. But then from Mars camp, Mars he says, he was accused of ignoring these offers. He said, "No, I didn't ignore them. I declined them. Yeah, no, we're just not doing them." So, and as far as owning 100%, that's not true. But that's what Morrissey, and that
Morrissey's
stems from
saying, yeah.
back in 2018. They had a third party trying to use the name and do something with it, whatever they were doing. So Marr, his representatives, they got involved and they reached out to Morrissey, but they never got a response.
Ah,
So they actually kind of stepped in and did a deal on his behalf of what would be a fair deal. So
right.
it's not 100%. He's got, I don't know what it just says, what would be a fair deal. Reached an agreement, mutual benefit of both parties. All it says.
There you go.
But yeah, and then Mars says, yeah, he didn't ignore offers to reunite. He rejected it, and then also rejected the greatest hits because there's too many already. They have several greatest hits packages out there.
Oh,
I
there you
have one.
go.
I mean, there's several out there. So what
Yeah. Oh, I don't
And
have
yeah,
any.
they've just been those two, big time political differences, and just Morrissey.
Yeah.
It's easy to see why that guy rubs everybody the wrong way, and Mars just on the other end of that spectrum. They spent enough time together. They just had enough of each other,
If I
and
was Mars, I'd do the tour, and every tour, and backstage, I'd have a grill cooking up some fine steaks and whatnot.
some cold cuts laid out, and
Cold
yeah,
cuts, yeah, nice pork
dude.
chops or
Speaking of,
something. What?
I've seen Morrissey at Riot Fest,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he had a stipulation. I brought it up on the show before, but he had a stipulation where during his set, no meat could be served. So people were buying meat ahead of time and throwing it up on stage at him and stuff. That's pretty good,
Don't tell us what the hell to do during
right?
your set, you douchebag. God, what a really,
So,
what a
so yeah, now
suckwad.
even Gene Simmons is spoken up on the subject, and he said he's telling Johnny Marr just do it without him.
Or
You can go out there
he's
just
telling Morrissey, yeah,
or
Morrissey,
I'm sorry, Morrissey. Just
yeah,
yeah. He's telling Morrissey do it without him. Nobody knows who he is. You're the
yeah.
guy. Go out and do it without him.
If he's walking down the street, nobody's gonna know what the hell. His name is, basically saying that Morrissey has obviously much more marketable name than Johnny Marr. So he said, just go out and do it. What the hell for 100 mil? But boy, I'd be a jerk on it too. I'd be eating meat all the time.
Well, no, the
Yeah.
draw would be the two of them together. That would be the draw. I mean, you can see Morrissey,
Oh,
and he does a fair number of Smith songs,
it could be
and
another Oasis thing, another
exactly. So
Jane's
the
Addiction
thing
thing.
is to have the two of them together. Yeah, Morrissey. I guess Morrissey could just go out there and tour as the Smiths without Johnny Marr, but
Boy,
everybody's gonna know it's not. You know what I mean? The thing is to throw both of them together, and there's no way they're gonna get that 100 million just going out one or the other.
right?
So
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, more conflict. It's like the music world is mirroring the actual world. There's conflict everywhere. Come on, people now, smile on your brother.
and
Oh,
speaking of,
oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, oh, here we go. Well, what do we got here? Oh, geez. This is troubling.
Journey.
This is troubling journey. Oh boy. Troubling, troubling, troubling journey. The singer, good old Arnel Pineda. He's basically been a pinata. We should just call him Arnel Pinata. Sort of shit he's been through with this freaking band. So
Good
headline.
call. He has been getting knocked around pretty good.
The headline. Let me see where we got Blabbermouth here. The headline: Journey's Arnel Pineda reacts to criticism of his vocal performance at Rock in Rio. He says he feels devastated. So yeah, yeah. Well, and this is funny then, and it goes into saying Journey frontman Arnel Pineda says that he will quote step out for good if enough people on social media request for him to leave the band. That's mighty white of him. The 57-year-old singer who has been fronting the legendary Rockers since 2007 when Neil Sean found him on YouTube. He's was apparently reacting to a professionally filmed video of Journey's performance at the 2024 edition of the Rock in Rio Festival in Rio de Janeiro, which was posted by Behind the Songs Facebook. I'll have to look that up. Page along with a caption criticizing Arnell's quote bad voice and severe vocal failure. Wow. He's sort of mirroring Steve Perry now, apparently, with his vocals. He can't hit the highs anymore. So apparently, yeah, apparently, Doc, he's going to if 1 million people request for him to leave the band, I'm not sure what on platform he's gauging this on, but if 1 million people, if we can gather up enough people, maybe we can get rid of Journey too. Ario's gone. You know, we're Uri Heat. Boom, boom. We're lining them up, man. So come on, people. Now we got to find out where that is. And if 1 million of us get together and say, just go away, just go away.
Well, it's
Maybe
just
they.
Arnell going away. It's not Journey going away.
Oh well,
So,
we can still hope though. It's one step closer to maybe they're pulling an Ario and saying,
oh, but it could be
we're
much
all rich
worse.
enough. We're tired. I want to
Could be
go
much
home.
worse. Arnell's all right. He's a harmless,
Yeah,
innocent, pawn, and you
and
know,
he sure made good of a YouTube videos. You know, it made him a career for what quite a while now. So
but this is
hopefully
the
he
oddest
saved his.
thing, man. You don't want to put something like that out, open to the internet, man, because there's just so many people that just,
Oh boy,
just jerks
they
like,
live for shit like this. Yeah, they
yeah.
live for this. Oh yeah. Then they'll start their own petitions. Let's help Arnell retire from you know. And, oh boy, it's
Well,
just
the
gonna
thing
get.
is, all right, did he just have an off night? Did
Yeah.
he? It seems to be focused on that Rio performance,
That
right?
one performance, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, let's.
So you just have an off night,
What
or
about a week before? Yeah, maybe it's the end of a tour or something too, and his voice is shot the
I mean
hell.
that's up to Neil and Jonathan Kane.
Yeah,
Ultimately, man, that's up to them to decide if he
he's
can't fit the bill anymore. But because he's just an employee basically. I
right.
mean,
Yeah, I hope
contractually
he
anyway.
saved up his nickels and dimes. I really do. I hope
Oh
he
yeah,
had a
moved back
great.
to the Philippines, lived like a king, man. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you darn tootin'. So, yeah, yeah. I should have turned him on to my financial advisor. She is the bomb. But so there goes Journey. Oh, boy. We'll see.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care. I would. It wouldn't
But
bother
just
me
so
in a
because remember
minute
he's
if
come
they
out
retired.
before.
Huh?
I'm sorry. No, remember he came out before. Just fire me if you want me to. I'm just
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Really
So yeah,
adamant
he
about
just
it.
obviously just not just he's
He's
already
had
got that
enough.
line. Just fire me. I'll move back to the Philippines. I'll live like a king.
He's had enough
So
of
I don't
this.
need this shit.
He's had enough of this crap. You jerks. Oh yeah. Hopefully, I'm just hopefully he saved his nickels and dimes. But boy, oh boy. And back in our news, our last item of the day here. Yeah. There's Sammy. Hi, Sammy. Yay. Sammy Hager. He's the best. He is. And he keeps getting awards and more awards and all that stuff. So sure enough, Sammy Hager's he's got a place on the strip, eh? Yeah. Iconic rock and roll Hall of Famer. They call him here a philanthropist and entrepreneur. Sammy Hager will be celebrated with a prestigious key to the Las Vegas Strip. Boy, oh boy, that could be trouble. Probably not in his hands, but I can imagine some people would have trouble with a key to Las Vegas, recognizing his profound economic and charitable impact in Clark County, Nevada. So there you go. And it's going to be, the ceremonies at Cabo Wabo Cantina, which is on the strip at Planet Hollywood's Resort and Casino. So holy cow. This guy's just really, the balls have really rolled in his favor, man. It's just good for
Yeah.
him. Good
Well,
for him.
fortune favors the whatever, the
The risk,
prepared
well,
whatever.
he was a risk taker. He venued out from just being a rock and roll singer, which I'm sure he made a ton of money doing that. But boy,
Dude from the Cabo Wabo, he
oh,
invested his initial investment was 50 grand, and he sold it for freaking millions, dude. I don't know what he sold
many
it for,
millions.
millions, many
Yeah,
millions, tens
yeah,
of millions.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's done
so
real well, and he had he had an alcohol brand that he sold too, and just going on. So yeah, good job, Sammy. He's the man. He's been doing some,
you know what? Something I saw in the article you read down, they got a bunch of filler and crap. Everything. But
sure.
one thing that stood out to me, there's all these millennials trying to be cutesy and give everybody, and they called his fans. They call like what's his face,
Swifties or
Jimmy
whatever.
Buffett hands, call like parrot
Oh,
heads,
right,
that kind of
right.
thing. And they
Sure.
said that his fans are called redheads. He's the red rocker.
Right,
I've never heard
sure.
that. I've never
I've
heard
no,
that.
I've never heard that. I've got his record read. So what's up with that?
Yeah, yeah, he's the Red Rocker and all that, but I've never heard his fans referred to as redheads.
Yeah,
I think they're
with
just
the
trying to these youngsters trying to be cute. I don't know.
but he's got the Hager Family Foundation, and he's donated more than 650 grand to various local organizations. So good for him. Sammy is the man, baby. And whew, wow, that was a lot of show there, Doctor Rooney. Man, I'm burned out. I hosted an open mic last night, and I'll tell you, man, we rocked hard. You know, these aren't these are professional people who come in, and oh man, I am so sore. We rocked so hard, but boy, oh boy, it was a great time, and this is a great time. This show was. Thanks for everybody for stopping by. We hope, of course, you'll consider subscribing. Maybe tell your friends. Some of these folks have a mighty long drive to work. This might be something they might want to listen to on their way to work. Get them off a little bit. So, give a subscribe, a like, all that good stuff, and we sure appreciate it. So, why don't you take us home, Doc?
Murph, we're just getting too old, man. We
Yeah,
really are.
yeah.
Here, you used to be able to just go out and do an open mic and not think twice about it. But now it's,
It
and the
hurts.
same with me. We used to be able to do 3 days of Riot Fest. Now I didn't even do a full day. And yeah, I was getting a little ahead of myself. And I don't think I mentioned I also saw Spoon. Maybe you're familiar
Ah,
with Spoon. Yeah,
very cool.
yeah. Between the Dickies and the Descendants, yeah, I caught Spoon. They did a lot of the songs I know. They had a great set. Caught other little, bands in passing here and there, and kind of stuff. But yeah,
Sure,
it's a really good time. Everybody else in the area or likes to travel for festivals. Yeah, that's definitely worth checking out once. Check out the lineup, see if there's bands you like, whatever. Even if they're not, just it's just a good time.
sure.
But anyway, yep, another week in the books, man. So thanks everybody for checking in. Greatly appreciate it. If you haven't, yeah, hit that subscribe and like and comment and let us know where you're from and whatever, and get some conversations going. That'd be great. But we'll be doing this again next Monday as we do each and every week. So until then, have a great rock and roll full week, everybody.